Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Malishka was shocked after Rishi returned with Lakshmi from the court because the judge rejected the divorce and asked them to come back the next day, even though Neelam goes to the judge and tells the judge that Lakshmi is pregnant with someone else's baby. But the judge still did not listen to Neelam and she still postponed the divorce hearing. So let's continue from there. Rishi get drunk after Lakshmi refused to tell him the truth about her pregnancy. Malishka asked Lakshmi if she has sold her character, her morality and her everything. And for what? Just to win from me? She says, what kind of a girl are you? She says, I would end your drama and I will end this story because Rishi and I. Lakshmi interrupts and asks, are you done? She says, you talk so much about character, morality and values. And she asks if Malishka has seen herself in the mirror and if she has seen her face herself. Malishka gets angry and shouted Lakshmi's name. Lakshmi says to Malishka that playing games, conspiring, you know better that those are your character. She says you think that everything is for victory and you talk about defeat and victory. She says emotions cannot be snatched or won. It can be felt by itself. She says whoever says that everything is fair in love and war, they say it wrong. She says love is not a war, but an end to the war. She says whoever thinks it is a war, the person thinks wrong. Lakshmi says to Malishka that you couldn't win due to your cheap games. She says don't blame me. If I have to leave from here, then I will. But will you still get Rishi back? She says Rishi was with you even before I came. She says will you get his love back? She asks her to spend time with herself and think. Then she would get answers about her character and morality, and you will get more big answer about Rishi, me and love. Malishka makes a sad face. Lakshmi comes to the room and asks Mukesh to bring lemon water. She says she will see Rishi. She thinks that why do Rishi do this and says I cannot see you like this. Rishi says that is why I do this. Lakshmi removes his shoe. He asks why are you doing this? Lakshmi says I have right on you. He asks who are you? He owed Lakshmi's hand and asks that with what did you touch me? Lakshmi says you are not in your senses to understand. I am telling you that I touched you being Lakshmi Rishi Oberoi. Even now I am your wife. Rishi asks Lakshmi to listen to him. Lakshmi asks what is it? She asks if he wants to say something. She asks him to sleep. Rishi says you are ordering me to sleep. He gets up and says I will not sleep. Lakshmi turns to go. Rishi says I want to say something. Please sit. And Lakshmi sits on the bed. Rishi holds Lakshmi's hand and says I want to say something. Lakshmi asks him to talk. Rishi says when we were not married and I just started knowing you. A song plays in the background. Rishi says since then I like your smile. He says I had said that I like to see you smiling and also I told you that I will never leave you even if we had a fight, even if we separate, but you don't hate me. He says you have so much purity because you care for everyone and me and says I get the smell of the mud from you where there is just love. Lakshmi gets emotional hearing this. Neelam says Lakshmi's day to stay in this house has increased. She says Lakshmi was silent in front of the judge and the judge fell for her innocent face. She thinks that Rishi should go to the court tomorrow with Lakshmi and sign the divorce papers. She says Rishi's bad luck has gone away, but Lakshmi is still here. Malishka comes to Neelam to cry and complain about Lakshmi. She says everything is slipping from their hand. Neelam says we have solid proofs against Lakshmi. The judge will not let a pregnant Lakshmi stay here. She says everything would happen as we want. Malishka says this is our mistake, that we thought Lakshmi to be weak from day one, but she is still here. Malishka says to Neelam that all the family members are against Lakshmi, but she is still here. She says Lakshmi's destiny is good and says she returned today also. Neelam says Lakshmi was silent today. Malishka says Rishi could have said something and get the divorce done, but he did not do anything because his case was strong. She says Rishi came home drunk. I brought him inside, but Lakshmi came there and lectured me and sidelined me and went with Rishi. Malishka asks that who is Lakshmi. She asks if she is Rishi's wife to show right and says she couldn't be the servant of the house. She says to Neelam that if you would have been there, then you would have thrown Lakshmi out of this house immediately. In the room, Rishi asks Lakshmi to hear him and says he says I see such a person in you whom I never want to lose. He says I have a different pictures of you in my heart. You like to help people and you made other sorrows as yours. Rishi says to Lakshmi that everything was good before when I was trying to know about you. Their past moment are shown. A song plays in the background. Rishi says, then I saw your real face. You played a good game with me and also with my family, and you did not value our emotions. He asks, why did you do this? He says, my family had told me that I should not trust you, but I did. He says, I shouldn't have trusted you. And he asks, why did you betray me? Lakshmi is shocked and she has teary eyes. Rishi asks Lakshmi not to try and says, you don't have an answer. He asks, why didn't you show your real face to me before? He rests to sleep. Lakshmi cries, keeping her hand on her mouth, looking at Rishi. She then goes. Malishka tells Neelam that Rishi is sensitive and he is good and he believes everyone. She says Rishi always takes Lakshmi's side and says we have to open his eyes, else we will lose Rishi to Lakshmi forever. Malishka manipulates Neelam and says Lakshmi can never challenge you and you can only save Rishi and get his divorce done, else Lakshmi will not give him divorce. She says, I really don't know if I will become the Oberoi's daughter-in-law or not. She says Lakshmi married Rishi due to that fake horoscope and she asks Neelam to think of what she can do. Neelam says she will not leave Lakshmi. Malishka says, I know. Neelam says, you don't know me and says I am something else for others. She says, I promise that Rishi will take divorce tomorrow. Malishka smiles. The next day, Lakshmi thinks that today I will get divorced and she worries for Ahana. She says if Gautam haven't talked to his family about Ahana's pregnancy, then I don't know what will happen. She says she helped Ahana because she is like her sister. She says today, her marriage with Rishi is at stake. She says father taught me that good things happen with good people. And she asks Matarani to be with her and show her the way and give her hope that she needs badly. She hopes that Gautam's family would accept Ahana. Neelam comes there. Lakshmi says good morning. Neelam asks Lakshmi not to utter a word and she asks her to stop pretending. Rishi comes there and greets Neelam. Neelam blesses Rishi and she taunts Lakshmi. She says you should have all the happiness and you should stay away from evil. She tells Lakshmi that she is speaking about her and she asks that what was she saying standing there and says nothing wrong would happen and this trouble would end today, and Rishi and Lakshmi look at each other. Neelam warns Lakshmi and asks her not to make innocent face in front of the judge and she asks her not to trap Rishi with her sweet talks. She asks her to say the truth in front of the judge. Lakshmi tells Neelam that the truth would eventually come out. Neelam says exactly. That is why your real face came out in front of us and you couldn't hide your cheap tactics from us. She says we would have given you money, but you did a cheap thing and you got pregnant for someone else. Neelam says to Lakshmi that I feel ashamed and angry for choosing you to be my daughter-in-law. Rishi asks Neelam not to spoil her mood. Neelam says this girl is pregnant with the driver's baby and she wants to make his baby our family's heir. Rishi says, please mom. Neelam says today is a good day and I don't want any inauspicious thing to happen. You should go with Lakshmi to the court, but you should return alone. She says, I don't want this inauspicious girl's effect on Ahana's engagement, and Neelam goes. Lakshmi thinks that how will I tell you the truth, that I am doing all this to save Ahana. She says, even I am waiting for the truth to unfold, and that is why I am silent. She says, if the truth comes out now about Ahana's pregnancy, then this house respect will be gone. I am the daughter-in-law of this house, and I am doing my best to keep up this house respect. Kiran tells Karishma that they can have any mask, but Ahana's glow will be more. Karishma says our glow is confirmed, as this mask is from Parade. She says finally we can celebrate. Malishka says I will get Rishi back, and we don't need to see Lakshmi's face. She made my life miserable. Kiran says we never thought that Lakshmi can do this. Malishka says such girls hypnotizes the opposite person, and Rishi melts down seeing her tears. Kiran says to Malishka that today is a good day and we should talk good, and Lakshmi's chapter is closed now. Karishma asks Malishka about the designer. Malishka says Palguni is coming. Karishma says we will wear our outfit and they think to remove the mask. Ahana's engagement preparation is going on. Neelam tells Grandma that Virendra has handled everything when I was on bed rest. Grandma says I was doing all the work. She asks Mukesh to make sweets. Neelam says you have diabetes. Karishma says if your sugar increases, then how will you enjoy the function? Lakshmi talks to the servant about the arrangement for the engagement and she gives sugar-free sweet to Grandma. She says she made it. Grandma takes the sweet and says she is eating the sweet to lower her pain because she dreamt of cuddling Lakshmi's baby and taking pictures with the baby, thinking that the baby is Rishi's baby. She says if the baby was of both Rishi and Lakshmi, then it would have been lovely. Everyone gets upset hearing Grandma talking about Lakshmi's baby. Karishma says, Mom, forget it. She says, what can we do? Grandma says the sweet is number one, and she asks Lakshmi to teach Mukesh how to make the sweet before going away from their house, and says, I have to eat sweet made by him. Malishka says, I will make healthy sweet for you. Grandma says, you will make salad, and you will make me like you. She says, I am not born as human to have grass, and she asks Lakshmi to teach Mukesh how to cook. Lakshmi nods her head and she wipes her face. Rishi asks Lakshmi if she is not well. Lakshmi says she is feeling too much heat, but she is fine. Malishka asks Neelam to see Lakshmi's drama, and she asks that why is Rishi asking Lakshmi if she is fine. Neelam says maybe this is happening due to the weather, or maybe Lakshmi is acting like always. She says her heart is blackened and she hurt many people until she will be saved. Lakshmi is about to go, but Rishi tells Lakshmi that she seems to be unwell. He says he will go to the doctor first and then they will go to the court. Lakshmi says she is not much unwell and she can manage. Rishi says, I listen to your sayings, and he asks her to agree to his sayings too. He says, let's go to the doctor. Everyone looks on in shock hearing Rishi's care for Lakshmi. Lakshmi is sweating while in the car. She says, this haven't happened to me before. Rishi says maybe it is happening in this situation, and he signals to her tummy. Lakshmi thinks that I wish I could tell you the truth, that I am not pregnant and I am doing this for Ahana. Rishi plays the radio and the radio presenter asks if they are with their love. Rishi and Lakshmi's eyes collide and the radio presenter says that the lovers should have ginger tea in this weather. The rain is falling. Rishi knocks on the car door from outside. Lakshmi says in the rain. Rishi gives Lakshmi his hand and makes her get down from the car. He holds the umbrella for them. He makes Lakshmi sit on the car. A song plays in the background. Rishi dances in the rain while Lakshmi is sitting on the car. Rishi throws the umbrella away. Lakshmi and Rishi looks at each other. Rishi kisses Lakshmi's hand and looks at her, and Lakshmi also begins to play in the rain happily. Rishi and Lakshmi get romantic. Rishi moves Lakshmi's hair from her face and holds her. She also holds his face. Rishi lifts Lakshmi and takes her on his back. He turned around holding Lakshmi on his back. They both get romantic. He gives her balloons and he lifted her up and he turns her around. Lakshmi is happy, but it turns out to be Lakshmi's imagination. The romantic moment is Lakshmi's imagination, and it ends when Rishi stops the car and says that they are in front of the court. Rano asks Neha if she doesn't want to go. She checks the nail polish shades and likes it. Neha is sitting with the marks on her face and says she will get wrinkled. Rano says she would have sweet today. Neha says you don't want a rich guy set for me. Rano asks her to see Lakshmi, who got Rishi due to her innocence. She then asks Neha to wash her face and she asks Shalu to get ready to go to the function and says we would have so much fun. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next update once you are done watching. I will see you all again in my next video. Thank you. Bye guys.